What's good, everyone? Accent Boy here, back with another video. Um, Something that I see trending on Twitter. I don't know if many of you guys used to watch the reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting. Ain't gonna lie, I used to watch it because some of the time it could have been entertainment, you know what I mean? And however, there's an article that came out that Josh Duggar, he was one of the kid of, I forgot the couple's name. He was sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison. Yes, 12 and a half years in prison for, guess what, people? For the possession of child pornography. You know what I mean? And when it comes to kids and pornography, that's a no-no, especially as a grown man. You know what I mean? So I see that they said they was trying to reduce his time to 5 years. However, is still at 12 years. You know what I mean? And the article said Duggar was the star of TLC 19 Kids and Counting, which was canceled in 2015 amid numerous allegations Duggar had for molesting four of his sisters. Four of his sisters? How nasty could you be to have your own flesh and blood and molesting those kids that looks up to you as an older brother? You know what I mean? And I surely have no sympathy for this dude. And when he goes to prison, I hope he better watch himself, because we know when it comes to prison, there's certain stuff some of the guys they don't tolerate, and messing with kids is one of the things they don't like. You know what I mean? And it said an investigation into the allegation was launched in 2006, but official determined charge could not be filed because they fell outside of the statute of limitation. Wow. So it said in 2015 is he apologized to his wife because he did have a pornography addiction for which he sought treatment for. But they were saying a couple years after, in 2021, the police detective discovered that child pornography was being shared by a computer traced to a car dealership that Duggar owned. And they say the image was described as the worst by the prosecutors. Could you imagine? So you tell me this dude have a sexual addiction to pornography, but majority of his stuff on his computer was dealing with kids. And you gotta be some sick mother lover to be watching kids. You know what I mean? How low of yourself could you be? You know what I mean? And you have your beautiful wife who you could be messing around with every night, but yet you wanna play with young kids and watch young kids doing horrible stuff. You know what I mean? And I really don't feel sorry for this dude for the extra amount of years he got. He should have got 20 years as the prosecutor was trying to get for him. You know what I mean? And he's trying to appeal this sentence, but I think he should get 20. And also in the article it was saying this past conduct, when viewed alongside the conduct for which he has been convicted, makes clear that Duggar has a deep-seated, persuasive and violent sexual interest in kids. Wow, this dude is playing up nasty. And he said unwillingness to act on that interest. Federal prosecutor wrote in their sentence memorandum, there's simple no indication that Duggar will ever take the steps necessary to change this pattern of behavior. Wow. So this dude had a sexual addiction for pornography. He went to so-called seek treatment, and obviously the treatment didn't work for him. So with that, this dude addiction became addicted to kids, and it's such a sad reality that you have grown men out here want to get pleasure off viewing these little kids, and these dudes should even walk another day on earth. Not saying you're supposed to kill them or whatsoever, but these dudes does not deserve to see the daylight anymore. You know, because you out here, damn, sorry people, my mic cut off, the battery died. But I forgot what I was saying. But it's just a disgrace, as I said. You have grown men out here who's looking for pleasure from little kids, and I wonder if his wife is still gonna be with him, because this is some serious offense. Because if this dude have a pornography addiction for little kids, think about his own little kids. What he probably doing with those kids? You know what I mean? And if his wife goes back to him, you know that something is wrong with him. With her, because that make you less of a woman and also a wife, to know that your so-called husband was so-called messing around with little kids, and here you have kids with him, and you're waiting for those 12 years to pass by, or 5 years, whatever they give him, and you still went back to be with him. Says much about you. Also, he's saying that he's part of Duggar's sentence. He's also required to pay $50,000 in fines and also special assessment. I wonder what that $50,000. I wonder what they mean by special assessment. If anyone knows, please let me know what they're talking about. But it also, it said, it demonstrates that no matter one person is above the law, no matter their wealth, their social status, or anything else, we will continue to investigate this case. No matter who the defendant turns out to be, we will continue to use tool every day to us to make that justice is served in this case containing child pornography. You know what I mean? And I'm truly on board with these prosecutors, man, because as I said, kids is a no-go. Porn is free when it comes to adults. You know what I mean? Why not watch adult porn? Why you have to go trick off on these little kids? Kids don't even know anything about sexual pleasure. Could you imagine this dude? It's just crazy. This dude probably have sexual thoughts with his own kids. Man, it just disgusts me. And I'm not saying they're supposed to do anything to him in prison, but I guarantee he's not gonna have the best stay in prison, because as I said, messing with kids, that's a no. Once they find out that you mess with kids in prison. So people, let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe.